Isaac Elson. Got my coffee here in the back of the nutrition store, the TNS studio, which means it's Sunday sipper time. Think of the last story you heard. Just think, take some time to think about the last story that someone told you. In that story, unless it was to be a joke, there was a good and a bad guy. From your point of view, from the point of view of your friend, they're the good guy. Now, the other person who is a bad guy telling that story to their friends is the good guy. Spouting out a little bit of gibberish to make a point. Keep in mind perspective when you're letting yourself suffer. When you're letting yourself suffer in a bad situation because you don't want to hurt someone, understand that you're being the bad person to yourself by letting yourself be hurt. You're allowing yourself to put that ahead of your own well-being because you don't want to hurt someone else. It is just a fact of life, unfortunately, that someone will have to get hurt in almost every situation, even if it's not a big hurt. In your friendships, how many times do your friends tell you what you need to hear? And when you hear that, you're like, man, they are an asshole. How dare they say that to me? How dare they treat me this way? They're the bad guy. But they're not. Unless they're bullying you or demeaning you or anything like that. Hell, even to a certain extent, bullying in and of itself is just saying something that probably needs to be said in just a really, really mean way. But you have to take the time to understand that there's always a bad guy. And you're gonna have to be that bad guy sometimes. There's probably several situations that you're in now that you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to make things difficult or awkward, or you just really don't want to leave this person alone. Whatever your cherry-picked reason is, you're letting yourself get hurt, or holding yourself back, or just not taking advantage of any other opportunity in front of you because you don't want to be the bad guy. You don't want to hurt someone's feelings. And at the end of the day, that's just what it is. We have to grow up and stop thinking that it is even a possibility to make everyone happy. And even on top of that, these are words that change and saved my life. It is not your responsibility to make someone happy. It does not matter who it is. Each and every individual's happiness is their responsibility. Each and every individual's well-being, as long as they're not a kid, is their own responsibility. Get over the fact that you're going to have to be the bad guy. Get over the fact that you have to be an asshole. You have to be. Otherwise, you will miss opportunities. You will miss chances. And you will be bitter and hate yourself for every single time that you decided, I can't. I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to leave them alone. I don't want to make them have to start over. But what about yourself? What about you? Don't stay in bad relationships. Don't stay in friendships. Don't stay in situations where you think you have to because you don't want to hurt someone. Barring the fact that you go out and hurt someone on purpose by saying or doing something, if someone else gets hurt, by you looking out for yourself, that's their fault. I can't be butthurt because some of my friends decide they want to be more successful and leave me behind. You know what? That just means that they chase their path and they're doing what needs to be done for them. You can't look at people as being bad people or being assholes because they passed you up. That's your responsibility. So, this week, assess your situation. Assess the situations that you're letting yourself just take because you don't want to hurt someone. And really, really think about whether or not you hurting is worth you not succeeding. Make sure that you being the good guy and you not hurting someone is worth you hurting yourself. I remember when I was married. In every situation possible, I did what I could to try to be good, to try not to hurt her. And after I took the chance, after I went through that whole storm that was itself, I got to see that me not hurting this one person made me hurt my family, my friends, my coworkers, because I didn't want to hurt one person. It's not a popular opinion to weigh lives or weigh people, but you have to at some point pay attention to the fact that you're hurting, everyone around you is hurting. And honestly, the person that you're trying not to hurt is probably hurting too, because you don't want to nut up. Afterwards, I worked as hard as humanly possible to try to repair those relationships and those friendships. And some of them just weren't. I burned bridges and I burned people because I tried not to burn one person. Know that I love you, and know that this will be an amazing week. Be the bad guy, because that's okay. It is okay to look out for yourself.